Tally ho, it's KingFishOcean, also known as It's Ocean. It's Ocean. It's Ocean standing by. Back with more Doki Doki Lit Club, and today we are going to be checking out the Respect side story. Doing both parts of that in the next episode. We balance, then we have reflection, then we have self-love. So we're doing Respect today. Respect. In it. Respect. Right, begin. It's been several weeks. It's been several weeks since the club's officially started. Through their initial setbacks, the 3 club members so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the club room door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before. And here's Natsuki's song, I'm assuming. Hi. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Oh, hi. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Oh, are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Okay, cool, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, but it's really exciting to see new faces.
Yeah! Come sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk if you want.
Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms into it.
Oh, and Yuri can make some tea.
Yuri looks up to Sayori in protest, having drawn attention to her. Yeah, that's one thing you should never do with a shy person, or someone who struggles with social anxiety, is try to put attention on them, because it'll just make them feel super uncomfortable. Sometimes it can work out, but a lot of the times, it really doesn't, so don't do that. Natsuki silently glances between everyone and sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound too bad after all. Okay, then how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay. Well, I'm Monika. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but, I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever their kind of literature is. Or whatever other kind of literature.
You know, I kind of figured it was your club. You have that vibe.
I have what vibe? Did the music just skip? I'm confused.
Oh, you know, like... never mind. I'm not gonna judge people I just met like that. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard.
Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Don't be silly. She kinda does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles.
I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and, I also like poetry.
Oh, yeah? Very adult-like of you.
I'm an adult. I'm in danger!
Say that, Ajay. The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room.
Oh, and that's Yuri.
Sayori lowers her voice.
She's kinda shy, but she's really nice and, like, super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry.
So's mine! Oh, banoffee. Banoffee ice cream is. Mwah.
Ooh, let's get ice cream! My favorite flavor is probably, cookie dough, or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough.
And Monika's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always very accurate.
What's Yuri's favorite one, then?
Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea or something. I'm just joking, I have no idea for Yuri. Still. It's pretty chilly here. Do you just, like, hang out or you actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet. Since we only have, like, 3 members, so we kinda just loosely spend our time doing the stuff we like. But I keep thinking that it's about time we start with, like, some, I guess, more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you would like the club to get into? Well, I guess I'm... literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why'd you say it like that?
I want to read manga in the club.
Wait, hold on a second.
That sounds so great. Like, after all I've been doing all of this,
Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups. Sorry, TR cups, which she sets down on an empty desk.
After all of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple.
Manga isn't simple. You think that, you just don't understand the nuance.
I didn't mean simple like that.
Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature that you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club?
Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weebs. Ew.
It's full of weird guys. Yeah, that's fun.
Come on, is that big of a deal? Manga is literature, right?
I mean, I guess if you consider a literal definition of literature, then technically. Don't be judgmental. Don't be judgmental, Monika. If it's something you have to read, it's literature.
I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. I can just, like, keep my manga here or hang out after school. I'll do literally whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right?
Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay?
Natsuki stands up.
Need some help? No, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker.
It's full of pictures of my favorite manga character, Levi from Attack on Titan. It's like a shrine.
If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine.
I hope we never find out then. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea.
Oh, I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun.
Maybe, but I mean, she has like no actual interest in literature. Manga is a form of literature. Literature is things that you read. Don't be judgmental. That's normally fine, but she said that she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. It's like saying the arts club. It's like keeping somebody away from the arts club because they like to just paint things, rather than diving into the nuance and the je ne sais quoi of the fine art world. It's just such an elitist and oh god, that kind of mindset really annoys the fuck out of me. When people will take something and say that you're not allowed to like certain things. Like video games, for example. Rant time with Ocean. New segment, I guess. It's like with video games. Some people would say that Doki Doki Literature Club is not a video game because you just read a bunch of stuff. It's a visual novel, sure, but it still means that there's still some form of interactivity with it. It's still a form of game. Games can be different things for different people, as can literature, as can art. So, if anyone out there has an elitist mindset, sort it out. Sort that shit out. You would be surprised what cutting out that elitist mindset will do for you. You can start to see things and see people in a different way. In a better way, in fact. Anyway, rant over with. I can't remember if I read that, but oh well. Her tea's gonna get cold. Yeah. Wait, that's not related.
Well, I think everybody deserves a chance.
Thank you, Sayori. Best girl as usual.
Especially if we can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature.
Are you sure you don't just want to read her manga, Sayori?
Hey, who do you think I am? A weeb?
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have an opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone, and that includes me, so...
Does that mean that I bother you?
No, you're a pleasure to be around.
I was just fishing for a compliment.
I know. But still.
I really think we should give her a chance.
Okay, alright. But am I really going to have to start enforcing club activities? I am willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the three of them hear a thump against the door.
What was that?
Sayori stands up and walks over to the door and then opens it.
Thank you!
Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite a collection! Sayori giggles in excitement while catching her breath. Natsuki replies, There's still one more box. I could put them away myself. I know how to organize them. Monika anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone can get too complacent. Seems like things are finally gonna start getting more serious. Donk, 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 tonk, tonk, truck. Tonka truck. Tonka truck. Tonka truck. A Tonka truck. Tonka truck. Tonka truck. Tonka truck. A Tonka truck. I like the song. The next club meeting, Monika is the first to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a little less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? Well, Monika thinks, the club room opens. The club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Smile. Smile. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Same. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monika awkwardly tries to start some form of conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. The once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf's pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there? I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient. Mood. Yeah, but... Monika sighs. The teachers are gonna ask what all this manga is doing in here, and I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Monika backs off and slumps into a desk. This kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the last few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. That's because you're being a dick, Monika! You're being a judgmental dick. I don't like Natsuki, don't get me wrong. But this triggers the shit out of me because it reeks of elitism, of taking something and only seeing it for one thing that it is, you know?
Good afternoon!
Sayori, it's morning.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, morning!
I feel like 5% of people will actually get that reference, but whatever. Sayori spins into the club room.
Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this.
Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic.
I found some money and got a cookie. Oh, that's so pretty.
As Sayori trots over to the closet, the colorful shells catch her eye.
Which one do I start with?
Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. That's relatable.
No way! I saved up all my luck to find that money.
I saved up all my luck to find that money. Sure. If you want any entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant.
Boo!
Defeated, Sayori unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then, Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes, and Yuri returns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone is here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it'd be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Doesn't that sound good to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too.
Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everybody else's interests.
Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature of everybody else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that, Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try and come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read, or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things that we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but... Monika's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. Natsuki doesn't respect the club. Why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki does respect the club, Monika. Stop being a judgmental, elitist asshole. I can't believe I'm sticking up for Natsuki. Oh, how the tables have turned. How the turntables. Natsuki, are you sure that you don't have any other literature interest you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, Natsuki cuts Monika off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted here, so I'm just gonna leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Shame, Monika! Shame!
Oh no!
Sayori runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. Because once again, Sayori, being best girl, being the bestest of the characters. For the second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. Why am I such a jerk? No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. No, you are being a jerk. Like, Natsuki usually is an asshole, but you're being just as much of an asshole right now, Monika, and you should be ashamed of yourself, young lady. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find so she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Please don't talk to me. That's what that equals. That's what that equates to. Monika sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. Yeah, but the reason why she's feeling unwanted is because of the fact that you're basically dismissing her interest. You're saying this is the literature club where anyone can be a part of this club regardless of their interest, but not if you like manga. If you like manga, get the fuck out. You're not allowed. That's what that sounds like to Natsuki. Or that's the way that I'm seeing it, at least. You know, like, people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. She also has been here like 2 fucking minutes, basically. And you're already yelling at her and getting mad at her. She doesn't know the rules, she doesn't know your vision, she doesn't know what's going on here. She just assumes that this is a place where you can talk about books that you like. Books, meaning manga, as well as usual books. This one part is really triggering the fuck out of me. The other 2 episodes were super cute. This one just makes me mad. Because this is making me seriously think that Monika is just an elitist asshole. Like, goddamn. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything. You can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It kinda does. It does? How? Well, I can't just comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh. Well, great. Now I'm just ruining the club, then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. It kind of is. I know, I'm sorry. Just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Your guilt is the correct one. Why is it the hardest to be rational during the times we need it the most? Here's another example, right? Like I said, I'm triggered. If I started the video game club, okay? Where you can come in and talk about video games and play video games with other people. And then, we'll come in and everyone's playing, I don't know, first-person shooters. And that's what everyone's playing. Everyone's playing first-person shooters. And then someone comes in, oh, is this video game club? Yeah, I'd like to join, please. Here's my favourite game. And then they hand you a copy of What Remains of Edith Finch, a walking simulator style game. And then me just going, you're not taking this club seriously, are you? How fucking dare you not take this club seriously? What is this? How dare you? Do you not have any, like, chuck it at you? Do you not have any other video games that you like? You know, like Call of Duty or Battlefield? That's what it's coming across like. Monika's just being an asshole because of the way of how she sees literature, rather than being open-minded and realising that there's more to literature than just what she likes. And that's what's fucking getting me annoyed here. I actually feel sorry for Natsuki, and I can't believe I just said that. I don't think you're being irrational. No, I think Natsuki isn't. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. I mean, I can kind of see that. Something as ridiculous as... The fact that you're even storing it in here should make her completely indebted to you. Why did this go from super cute to me wanting them both to fucking shut up and open their goddamn minds to other people's likes and dislikes, rather than having this factual thing of, well, manga isn't literature, it's a book, you read it, it's literature, get over it, you know? I'm actually somehow on Natsuki's side here. Well, you're completely fucking wrong, but I don't know, isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and it has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling her confrontations with Natsuki, realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. Yeah, open your mind up, you closed-minded fucking assholes. With a sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. This really wasn't what I had in mind for a club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again because she's a fucking asshole. It's a complicated issue that Monika has failed to consider before now. Where is the line even drawn of what's considered literature? Exactly! Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the larger boxes and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yo, shit! Doki Doki Literature Club, the fucking manga came out? Hell yeah! I'd actually read that, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean... Amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monika opens the book. Maybe read it. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two, you asshole. Right, male, Paula Minor, staying focused on our goals. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experiment with their ability to change the contents of their VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, though, how might your observations apply to your own universe? Bonus. How can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Unrelated note. Whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and it runs the risk of drawing eyes. No, fuck you. I like the color. It's nice. Why can't I scroll down? You can see the metaverse thing at the side, but it won't let me scroll down. I'm just trying to see if there's any others that would let me scroll down. Yeah, I actually can't scroll down. That's really weird. Alright, well anyway. Pikachu's. We have the Natsuki artworks. That's all 4 of them. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's all 4 of them now. Alright. Anything else? I feel like that's probably it. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. And the song is called Strawberry Peppermint. I actually kind of like this song. It's quite cute. Alright, cool. So, let's move on to part 2. This sucks. Why is Monika such a fucking jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Alright, I get you're angry.
Monika's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy.
Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it?
I accept it. I think it's cute.
Oh, come on, that's condescending too.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you.
Natsuki sighs. I know. Thanks. It just really sucks. Sayori. MVP of this whole game. She's the best. Do you want me to talk to Monika? It's not like it's gotta change her opinion of me or anything. Like, even if it would convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. I should just find another club.
Well, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please. I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am. I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy, so I want to make that happen for you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club?
Well, Natsuki hesitates. It's kind of dumb.
Don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome.
I wasn't welcome.
You were to me, so,
just don't... The music, like, there is a glitch with the music in this game. It keeps skipping every now and then. It's really weird. Just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monika.
I promise.
Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I've been kind of judging her, but that's because she's... In the main game, she's kind of an asshole to everyone. And causes so many unnecessary fights with people. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. I can understand that, though.
Not that I care about what anyone else thinks. But you know, the Science of the Literature Club said that you could be yourself or whatever, so I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie, apparently. Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I like writing, too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monika? Because she was being so judgmental that I didn't want to just tell her something that she wanted to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. And if she knew that I was into writing, then she would have just been like everybody else and tried to push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing. The two of them remained silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club just like anyone else. It's part of the club vision for her to be welcome.
You deserve to express yourself as much as anybody else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm gonna do everything I can to fix this. I promise.
Hell yeah. All the love to Sayori. Must protect Sayori at all times. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet their friends and make the most out of their limited break time. I think this is my favorite piece of new music from this so far. Just this really nice, calm song. You just listen to, you just close your eyes and listen to it. It's so peaceful. I really like it. Where could she be? Among them is Monika, who always eats her lunch in the classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monika decided to try and find her during lunch so that she could make amends. Good. Apologize. After searching for an extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika is afraid to get closer. Natsuki's with some friends whom Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It'd be really tactless to just interrupt them. Whoa! New character sprites! What the fuck? Edith the Ash Shadows.
Oh yeah, did you end up joining that literature club or what?
Huh? Of course I joined, why wouldn't I?
I told you she would join.
Come on, you know she only joined because you won't stop giving her crap about the anime club. I told you I never wanted to join that stupid club. Oh, sure.
Well, you had to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash.
True. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you.
Shut up. Just let me do my thing.
I'm just joking. You know we love you.
Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book.
What? You're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction?
Well, obviously I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now?
I told you I was joking, jeez. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you've come since then. Not to mention, you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it.
Yeah, sure.
They grow up so fast, brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. So, has she got jerky friends that don't accept her for who she is? Because I can relate to that. I used to be friends with a group of guys who were, to be quite honest, not very good people. And as you grow up, you kind of start to understand and learn a lot more about the world, and you start to understand people a bit more. And I was just like, you guys are constantly assholes towards me. You don't ever let me be myself. If I do anything that's not like super manly or anything like that, they would constantly, not like joke around about it, they would literally just harass me about it for weeks on end. To the point where I'll admit, I ditched them eventually. I realised that they weren't good friends for me, they were toxic people, and quite frankly, when it comes to politics and shit, they were awful, awful people. So I was like, you know what? Time to move away from all that and focus on the people that do give a shit about me and that do treat me well and that do care about who I am and like me for who I am, and don't constantly give me shit every time I try and start a new thing or try and learn something new, and instead they encourage me and they, you know, they have my back, basically. It's a good thing to do in life. It's a good thing to realise when people aren't good for you. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Plot twist, Monika runs up to them both and just drop kicks them both. Hell yeah. Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. Ugh, I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. At least you acknowledge that now. Acknowledge that you were being incredibly harsh and rude. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way back to the clubroom. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monika picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing a lot more often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like literature club is a place where you get to express yourself, unless it's in a way that I don't like, and I'm so mad at myself. That feels like foreshadowing. I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. That too. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining about this out loud like this. There's just, like, a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Yeah. Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay, I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah, well, Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know? It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that. The literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad. Like, just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? When I had that thought, it was then that I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing, just in a very roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, but instead I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it. But then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. And now I'm repeating the same mistake, except I've really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid, Baka-chan stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm gonna get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah, I'm gonna dropkick them both in the face. I'll get them back, making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump. With a rare, stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her.
I'm having an intervention! I can do that because I'm vice president.
Is this about Natsuki?
Yes!
Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry, okay? I was just talking to Yuri about it.
Really?
I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened. And probably just felt unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what a literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her.
Oh. Yay, I did it!
Oh, thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Friendship wins again! So how do you want to make it up to her?
I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki is coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. Monika was afraid of that. Not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she's inadvertently caused. But it's the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's easy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow?
I can do that.
Okay, awesome. Also, here's another little thing that I just realized. If Monika saw her with her friends, it could potentially be bad. And sees her friends making fun of her and being rude to her. Monika could walk right up to them, get in their faces, and say, manga is a form of literature. Natsuki likes manga. If you are constantly dismissing that and trying to tell her that she needs to grow up, then you are being horrible friends to her, and quite frankly, you don't deserve her. If she makes a big enough deal about it, she raises her voice or people turn and notice while it's really busy and stuff. They have said in this game before that Monika is one of the popular girls. She's one of the most popular girls in the whole school. Therefore, those girls will immediately go, shit, and get all uncomfortable by it. And Natsuki will probably feel really good about that. And on top of that, it might make them rethink if the big popular girl that's like, you know, really popular with everyone and stuff, if the popular girl is getting mad at them about it, maybe that might make them reconsider the way that they feel about things, and maybe they'll apologise to Natsuki. It might not work, sure, but I just hit my microphone. Oops. But you never know.
Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener.
Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile.
Well, I guess for today it's gonna be a pretty quiet club meeting then. I'm gonna step out for a bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just gonna read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here?
Sayori picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk.
Oh, that.
Natsuki probably just left it out by accident.
But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club.
Actually, Monika has been... Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it was to someone else who's using this classroom. Okay, Yuri, nudge, nudge. Monika smiles at them both. Then, with a wave, she exits the room. I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki. That would get really awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. Huh. Is she gonna write another song? It's time for the next club meeting. The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori is gonna be able to bring Natsuki? Yeah. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. She can do anything because she's best girl. You are definitely right about that. You know... Never mind. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around, and then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room.
We're here!
Welcome back. Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. This is like the evolution of woman. The height difference was like curving upwards. Actually, it's probably backwards in my webcam, but it was like curving upwards. That was kind of funny. I liked that. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of the clubroom just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had, admittedly so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Cute! Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. She said the titles of the chapters that we've done so far, so that's really cool. Okay everyone, the literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monika turns around to face the chalkboard. On it she writes manga in big letters. Today we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature. Manga.
Oh, come on! Isn't this kind of forced?
I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head. Natsuki. This is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in the club. I thought about it and I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because they already told you to.
Wait, that's not true. Monika planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her.
I was witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. The Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our own differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. It's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy as much as everybody else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. It's stuff I'm into. Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. Is this a CG scene? Oh. If you like it, then it's not dumb.
Oh, except for me.
Sayori, you're not dumb either. Shut up.
What the heck? You guys are so weird.
Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up.
Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to like me just for that.
Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki.
Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready, you Baka-chan Baka.
A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the literature club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, you in a hurry home or anything?
Not particularly. Why?
There was just something that I wanted to show you if you had a few minutes.
Sure, what is it?
Not in here. Can you follow me to the music room?
The music room? What? Why?
Well, you'll see. We get to see the music room? This place is dope! I like this classroom, it's so colourful, and I like the floor, and there's a beautiful, like, rug of some sort there, and there's an actual grand goddamn piano, which I really want a grand piano. And there's LGBT colours all over the freaking wall, and that's awesome. The same oh my god, I love it. Mwah! I love it. You know, I was thinking back, when the club was just me and Sayori, we talked about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed for myself more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things that I was probably always too stubborn to admit.
Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. It's just like, I brought a bunch of manga, then I got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it.
No, I honestly needed that. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I'd never have realized until that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. Also, why couldn't my school have been like this? My school fucking sucked. We had a music room, sure. But it was basically just a mostly kind of trashed room. There was some drums in there, which was pretty cool. We had like one of those smaller pianos. Not a grand piano or anything cool like that. More like an organ style piano. I don't know what they're called. Not an organ, but you know what I mean. Just like the wooden ones that are like kind of thin. And yeah, and like I think we had like a guitar in there that no one ever used. And then we had a keyboard room, which was just filled with keyboards. But that was about it. I did love going in there though. The music teacher used to constantly let me and some of my friends in there, which was pretty dope. And we just like sit there and kind of like jam together for a while. It was pretty awesome.
It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, like, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place. But when you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard to just brush it off.
I've had that my entire life, Natsuki, so I totally understand you.
And it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everybody else. Am I being too entitled if I just want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am.
I don't like that this has made me like Natsuki. I'll admit it. This version of Natsuki is much nicer than the one that constantly bitches and moans and starts fights with Yuri just because she's into a different style of book than her. Because as well as that, this makes Natsuki come across as really hypocritical as well, actually.
I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am.
As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish that I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm like, always trying to come off as perfect for other people. Anytime there's like a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I finally started to think about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it.
But, well, like I said, I didn't even do anything. Baka-chan Baka.
You were just being yourself, and that's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Monika takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga.
What? You? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, I think I just felt like kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it.
Can't believe you of all people were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny.
Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right? Are they reading the literature club as an actual book? This is getting too meta now.
You're reading Parfait Girls?
Never mind.
Well, you have good taste.
Just one volume. And I kind of just picked it out randomly.
Well, you have good intuition, then. You have to tell me all your favorite parts.
Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in a literature club, she also plays piano. It's just weird, because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was like the perfect person that I always wish I was. If I just did what I wanted instead of always second-guessing myself. Monika walks over to the piano and sits down.
Ah.
I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself. The parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this. Because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing.
Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to the Parfait Girls, not me.
No. Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put the thought in my head. But it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day.
Every day?
Because, you know, you just make me feel like I want to do something. If I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long. Really not that good, like, at all. But I wrote a song for the club, and I work really hard on it. Doesn't have any words or anything, but yeah. This feels like the end for some reason, but we have 3 more to go. On a random note, people are cooking food, and I smell it, and it smells really nice. It's almost like a goodbye package kind of thing. I want more of this version of Doki Doki. This is so endearing to me. Even if Monika and Yuri were being assholes towards Natsuki. Best girl is Sayori. So I wonder what the 3 other stories are going to be about then. Unless they're just going to be like little side arcs or something. See, this feels like this should be the end of the side stories. It feels like a goodbye to the game, in a sense. It feels like a goodbye to the characters. That was really sweet. I really like that. I'm all feelsy and shit right now. Like, goddamn. Oh, we're gonna get the music room as an actual fucking CG image or whatever. I mean, one of the pictures, I bet. I'm probably gonna make that my background on my Xbox dashboard, because it's a really cool room. That's all.
That was so good.
It was?
Yeah, you kidding? You're like already a pro.
Oh, not even close.
Does that song have a name? You said it was about the club, so...
Yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. I thought she was going to say it's called Doki Doki Literature Club. That would have been great. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about everyone. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that.
Well, I think that's really thoughtful. Kind of flattering. Kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. Wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So yeah. I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was just being immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine, I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Baka. Never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit that it's a form of literature. You can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring you a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. It's cupcakes, isn't it? What kind of something? Oh, you'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's totally cupcakes. The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. That genuinely felt like a goodbye, like a finale to the game in a sense, which is so weird considering there's more to come. Hell yeah! Alright, set wallpaper, that's fucking adorable and I love it. Oh, we got another Monika artwork. That's cool. It's her making a list, checking it twice. Gotta find out who's naughty and nice. Monika's gonna kill these girls. I mean, what? Nice. Please. Please. Yes, the music room. The music room. Oh, no, wait, wrong one. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Alright, save that for myself. There's only one more, which I'm guessing is probably the corridor that we've seen. In one of the cutscenes with, like, the vending machine. Right, this is probably the song that she made. Huh? Oh. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Anywho, even though that felt like it was the finale for some reason, we still have 3 more to go. We have balance, reflection, and self-love. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Pip pip toodaloo!